Hey everyone, a little impromptu video I decided to do here for a special reason. I think most of you guys know I am a bit of an Atari fan, and it was the console, my first console that I had as a child. And given my age, I was, probably played Atari until I was about 10 or 11 years old, right before the Atari, right before the NES came out. I don't exactly remember the year, but I'm pretty sure I was around 10 or 11 when I got my NES. But anyway, I've been really into collecting for the 2600, and I had forgotten how nostalgic it was and how much I love the system. And it's got a huge library, lots of great games, lots of shovelware, but there are some really, really good games for the Atari 2600. And like most people, I have a crown jewel for the system that I hadn't acquired yet. So I'm pretty funny about getting games. I typically do not buy them on eBay or online. Every once in a while I'll do it, but I really prefer to hunt them down or to get them in some special way. So recently I acquired my crown jewel for my Atari 2600, and that game is H.E.R.O, which I think a lot of people know that this is not a bit of a rare game. It was a later release. This came out in 1984, I believe. That's the copyright. So I'm assuming it came out in 1984. I had this as a kid and absolutely loved it. And it was probably, this is special to me in a lot of ways. It was very memorable to me because I'm pretty sure this was the last Atari 2600 game that I ever bought or acquired. I don't remember if I got it as a gift. I probably got it for Christmas or a gift because I don't remember buying it. But I do remember this was like the last game that I got for my 2600 right before I got my NES. And I have distinct memories of just being down in my basement, in my paneled walled basement, playing this game by myself and just loving the atmosphere of it. And you're in a cave, you're in dark caves, and you're trying to rescue miners. And you got this really cool helicopter jetpack thing going and laser eyes. I mean, it's got everything you want, in a game when you're a kid. And I've always loved the game. And it's also, it's an Activision game. And Activision, as most of you guys know, was cream of the crop for the Atari 2600. I mean, they put out the best games. I'm pretty confident they put out the best games for the system. Atari put out great games as well, obviously, a lot of the arcade ports and such, but Activision had the best programmers around, and there's a whole story behind that, but you can read up on that. It's a really cool story, actually, but they broke away from Atari, the original, I think it was 4 of them, and created Activision, and started, making these awesome games for Atari. But anyway, this is like them at their best. This game has great graphics for its, for what it is, great sound effects, great gameplay. I'm pretty sure you can actually beat this game, like Pitfall 2, and there's a handful of games on the Atari that you can actually beat. I think there's 100 levels on this game, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I will find out because I'm going to play the heck out of this game now that I have it. But this game's very special to me, and it's really great that I have my crown jewel, and especially in the way that I acquired it. So if you guys don't know Chris Roberts, who is another Atari fanatic, an NES fanatic, much like myself, he is not only just a cool guy and really knows his hobby, he is one of the most generous people you would ever meet. He has given me so many things I can't even count. He's given me Atari systems, he gave me my Atari 7800, countless games. He's just been so kind and generous. He's always out there looking for stuff for me. And I just want to make this video to really thank him for just being a good friend. And it's really fun to share this hobby with people that are so kind and who are as passionate as you are in something. So it's just really meaningful that I acquired this through such a generous means, I guess. It's cool to find things out in the wild or to have some story behind a game. But to have it given to you as a gift from someone who, here's Chris across the country from me, out in California. He's out at conventions and doing his thing, and he's thinking of me. And that's just very humbling and very just touching that he is, always doing that for me. And he continues to do it. I'm trying to keep up with him and give him things and find things that he needs as well. But he's really good at finding great things for good prices and stuff. So hopefully one day I'll catch up to him. But really, I just wanted to thank you, Chris, for your continued generosity and for getting me this awesome game that I'm super, super excited to finally have. And it really means a lot to me. And also, he gave me the receipt that he used. I believe this is a receipt from when he bought it. And he said this is a very renowned game store, a gamer's paradise, I guess in California. Let's see here. Las Vegas, Nevada. Okay. So that's where he got this game, and apparently it's a renowned place. So this is kind of going to go with the game as part of its history, which is kind of neat. Because it's always neat when you find, writings on games or in the manuals, you see like, some stuff jotted down. And this is a piece of the game's history. So that's really cool as well. So, really, that's all I wanted to say. He also, while I'm at it, he also threw in, he always does that, he throws in a couple more things. He threw in Maniac Mansion, which I didn't have yet for the NES, which is really cool, because I always wanted this game. I played this on the Commodore 64 back in the day, but I never played it on the NES, so glad to have that. And he threw in, excuse me, he threw in Mogul Maniac, which I've never played before either. It's a skiing game. So, he's always throwing extra things in with his little packages to me. So again, H.E.R.O, if you guys don't know, it is a fantastic game. Go check it out. You can play it on multiple Activision compilation discs. I have it on for my PS2, but it's not nearly as good as playing the original cart on the original system with the original joystick. So that's how I prefer to play my Atari games. So this is just so cool that I have this in my hand. It's in great shape, as you guys can see. Pretty good label. And there's the Activision logo on the back. And this is just magic to me. So I am super excited to have this. Thanks again, Chris, very much for your generosity and your continued friendship. And I look forward to game hunting for you. And that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.